Hello my dear brothers and sisters, my regards to you for watching my video since all these days. So the video I bring for you right now is the video of the list of Nigeria states and their nickname. But before I proceed, please try to follow my page and like this video, and you can share it to at least more than 10 of your friends, and you can see add it to your favorites in case you want to rewatch it. So come, let me show you. So my dear brothers and sisters, here is the list. The first state is known as Abia State. Its nickname is known as God Own State. The next state is known as Adamawa State, and its nickname is known as Land of Beauty. The next state is known as Akwa Ibom State, and its nickname is known as Land of Promise. The next state is known as Anambra State, and its nickname is known as Light of the Nation. The next state is known as Bauchi State, and its nickname is known as Pier of Tourism. The next state is known as Bayelsa State, and its nickname is known as Glory of all lands. The next state is known as Benue State, and its nickname is known as Food Basket of the Nation. The next state is known as Borno State, and its nickname is known as Home of Peace. The next state is known as Cross River State, and its nickname is known as the People's Paradise. The next state is known as Delta State, and its nickname is known as the Big Heart. The next state is known as Ebonyi State, and its nickname is known as Salt of the Nation. The next state is known as Edo State, and its nickname is known as Heartbeat of the Nation. The next state is known as Ekiti State, and its nickname is known as Land of Honor and Integrity. The next state is known as Enugu State, and its nickname is known as Cold City State. The next state is known as Gombe State, and its nickname is known as Jewel of the Savannah. The next state is known as Imo State, and its nickname is known as Eastern Heartland. So my dear brothers and sisters, the 17th state is known as Jigawa State, and its nickname is known as the Neon World. The next state is known as Kaduna State, and its nickname is known as Center of Learning. The next state is known as Kano State, and its nickname is known as Center of Commerce. The next state is known as Katsina State, and its nickname is known as Home of Hospitality. The next state is known as Kebbi State, and its nickname is known as Land of Equity. The next state is known as Kogi State, and its nickname is known as the Confluence State. The next state is known as Kwara State, and its nickname is known as State of Harmony. The next state is known as Lagos State, and its nickname is known as Center of Excellence. The next state is known as Nasarawa State, and its nickname is known as Home of Solid Minerals. So the 27th state is known as Niger State, and its nickname is known as the Power State. The next state is known as Ogun State, and its nickname is known as Gateway State. The next state is known as Ondo State, and its nickname is known as Sunshine State. The next state is known as Osun State, and its nickname is known as State of the Living Spring. The next state is known as Oyo State, and its nickname is known as Peace Setter State. The next state is known as Plateau State, and its nickname is known as Home of Peace and Tourism. The next state is known as River State, and its nickname is known as Treasure Base of the Nation. The next state is known as Sokoto State, and its nickname is known as Seat of the Caliphate. The next state is known as Taraba State, and its nickname is known as Nature's Gift to the Nation. The next state is known as Yobe State, and its nickname is known as Pride of the Sahel. So the next state is known as Zamfara State, and its nickname is known as Farming is Our Pride. The next state, which is the last one, is known as Abuja, and its nickname is known as Center of Unity. So thanks for watching my video. My regards to you all.